Don't be an example. Imagine you're watching your favorite TV show and there's a commercial break. Your mood is automatically ruined by an old woman on the screen who can barely talk because she has a hole in her neck from smoking too many cigarettes. Don't be an example. Don't let yourself be one of those people on a commercial in 30 years telling kids not to smoke. People on those commercials now didn't see the long-term effects of smoking cigarettes. They were brought up with them. We are being brought up with vaping as a new thing, so we as well cannot yet see the long-term effects of vaping. However, I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't do that. I'm going to talk about cancer, how it weakens the immune system, and then also the fact that e-cigs are completely unregulated by the FDA. We all know that smoking causes cancer. You inhale carcinogens, and this means that your body is going to start producing unwanted and very bad cells for your body. Nicotine is highly addictive, and vapes and cigarettes contain formaldehyde, which also is linked to cancer. According to the Loyola University of Chicago, vaping suppresses the immune system, destroys your lungs, causes cancer, e-cigs explode, which we'll get to later, and they're not always a cure for addiction. Vaping reduces the tissues that form a protective layer around your lungs in order to save the body from suffering from harmful substances that may enter. According to the Medical Center of University of North Carolina, it suppresses your immune system more than cigarettes, actually, and this means that you're more susceptible to illness or infections or disease. StillBlowingSmoke.org says that vaping, even though you should not do it while you're pregnant, can lead to premature birth or birth defects. For people who aren't even pregnant, if their brains are underdeveloped themselves, it can cause a lot of developmental issues. And a large quantity can actually be deadly. A lot of people don't know this. I didn't know this until I started educating myself on this a little bit more, but you can actually overdose from nicotine kind of easily. It only takes 60 milligrams for the body to overdose, and cigarettes usually contain around 10 milligrams, while as vapes can contain 75 milligrams of nicotine and up. So now I've talked about cancer and the weakening of the immune system, and now I'm going to talk about the fact that vapes are unregulated by the FDA. So vapes contain propylene glycol of the ingredients that are at least listed on the bottle. According to the Odyssey, which is an article written by the University of Michigan, propylene glycol turns into formaldehyde when it's smoked. This means cancer. According to the Environmental Health Perspective, 39 to 40% of vapes contain a dangerous level of a chemical called diacetyl, and this is what in vape juice gives that sweet candy flavor. This is also a chemical that's put in the butter for buttered popcorn. This is okay to digest, but it is not okay to smoke. When you consume diacetyl, you can survive, but when you smoke diacetyl, it can be deadly. And this is a thing that was leading to a lot of people's cases of bronchitis from vaping, actually. The FDA says itself, it does not regulate e-cigs. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, 80% of the explosions that e-cigs occur are usually during charging, But 20%, a fifth of the time, which is a lot, it's while people are hitting their devices. I read this article while I was writing this speech about a kid who hit his vape in class and his face literally exploded off. And he's covered in scar tissue, and that's not worth it to hit a vape. People who use vapes have reported pneumonia, congestive heart failure, disorientation, nausea, dizziness, seizures, hypotension, and a whole lot more. People don't realize that something being not regulated by the FDA means that they can lie about what they're putting in the bottles that they're selling. They can list the ingredients, but they can also hide some. So keep that in mind. Now I've talked about cancer, the immune system, and the unregulation of e-cigarettes. I chose this because I personally lost my uncle, who I was really close with, to lung cancer, and he didn't even smoke himself. He was just surrounded by family members who made him succumb to secondhand smoking. I don't want anyone to lose someone to a habit that could be so easily dropped. Don't vape. Thank you.